I'm a tap dancer. I love drumming. I love percussive beats. When I lived in New York City, I was that person standing waiting for the subway doing a paradiddle or some shuffle combination. And then I moved to LA, and tapping and driving would make the car go like this. So you have to start tapping the steering wheel to whatever's on the radio or whatever's going on in your head. And when I'm surfing, I'll be sitting on my board waiting for a set to come, and I'm tapping my thighs, I'm tapping the board. I'm calling in the wave gods, is really, and it works, it does. And then a beautiful set comes. When I am in ecstatic dance, when my legs get tired and turn to little noodles, I sit down and I start drumming on that djembe drum. When I'm sitting in ceremony with cacao, I end up grabbing my drum and just getting a solid boom, boom, boom. And I can feel my whole body just start to vibrate, and it brings me to this meditative place. It's soothing. And drumming is very soothing. Percussive sounds are very soothing. It's been around for over 8,000 years. It's found on every continent and in every single culture. So there's got to be something to it. Well, it doubles your alpha brainwaves, it decreases your depression and anxiety, and it also increases your immune system. So 8,000 years ago, they might not have had the science to say that, but they knew it did something, and they kept it up. They drummed in circle. They drum when they're happy. They drum when they're sad. They drum when they're celebrating. They're drumming when they are cooking and working and just having their day. And so we too, drumming is very integral, a part of it. It's a vibration that we can feel. And so why do we continue to drum and tap on things and have it be a part of our culture, part of music, and everyone is drawn to it in some way or another? Well, it's medicine. It's another form of medicine. When we are doubling our alpha brainwaves, we are in a calm and receptive space. We're not in these high beta brainwaves that are crazy all the time. It's a bit calmer. We increase our immune system by increasing killer T cells. And killer T cells are the cells that come in and they kill the foreign invaders, the cells that are cancerous, the cells that are maybe invaded with a virus, and depression and anxiety, which is very common these days, right? When we're drumming, it brings you to the present moment. And when you're in the present moment, you are less affected by depression, which is bringing yourself to the past, and worrying about the future, which is what we label anxiety. When you're drumming and listening to a drum, you are using all areas of your brain. Every single area of your brain is being stimulated, so you don't have time or focus to worry about the past or the future. You have to be completely present. So, your frontal lobe. Your frontal lobe is where your creativity sits and your decision making. And so if you're playing music, your decision making, you're being creative. And your parietal lobe, you're taking in these auditory cues through the sensations from your hands on a stick or just your hands onto the drum or some kind of surface where you're making this noise. Your temporal lobe is now processing all these sounds and also processing success and failure. Your occipital lobe, your vision, your cues, are you looking at musical notes? Are you looking at a conductor? Are you sitting in circle reading everybody else around the circle? Your cerebellum, your balance and your coordination, your muscle movements, the timing, and your brainstem following through with all of the autonomic functions of being alert and being attentive. So your whole brain is working in sync with each other. The corpus callosum, which is in charge of the left side talking to the right side of the brain, those nerve fibers are firing back and forth, so you have a balance between your creative side and your more logical thinking side, that left and right brain coordination. So you can move fast, you can tap slow, you can go smooth, you can go staccato, you can be completely still. There's so many different ways that you can play with rhythms of drumming and tapping. You can listen to some music on your music streaming device and listen for a rhythm that you like and just start matching it. Dom, that downbeat, dom, 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 or doubled up, dom, 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 dom. And it's very fun to follow music, or you're in a group and you're playing a certain song. But you know what is even better about drumming is when you come up with your own rhythm. Now, when you come up with your own rhythm, You are increasing that dopamine hit because it's coming from your source. It's coming from your power and creativity. So now you have more confidence about yourself, and it feels so good. It's self-empowerment through drumming. And so if you have to have that conversation or you need to refocus yourself, try just drumming on yourself. You can literally, I used to do this with the kids when I would teach them. We pretend we're a gorilla and they're just pounding their chest. But if you try this, it actually decreases anxiety as well. And then stop and just listen. You hear a little ringing in the ears, all your cells are going bzzz. It's peaceful, it's tranquil, it's calm, but it's also alert. There's an alertness about it. It's like shaking up a snow globe and then watching it all just settle. And now it's clear and you see a beautiful picture of a snow town or something. This is what happens when we drum, when we play percussive instruments, when we do all these things. Like, just listen to it. Put on your headphones and put on some shamanic beats. It's amazing. This is a place where now you can discern much better. You can make decisions much better because you're like, okay, good. So how can you add drumming to your day? Give it a try. Grab a wooden spoon from the kitchen. The recycling bin works really well. And just bang on the bottom of the recycling bin when it's empty. Bang on the counter. Bang on things. Steering wheel, the wall behind you. Use the back of your hand. Oh, sorry, picture. Do what you need to do. Or if you're a tap dancer, throw on those tap shoes that may have been years, but they still work. You remember how to shuffle and full lap and heel drop and all the things. If you have a drum set, just start playing. And this is the space that you're clear, you're peaceful, and you're finding your own rhythm, your own flow, because you start to be able to pay attention to what's happening inside of you. You can even just listen to your heartbeat and see what that rhythm is. Find out what your flow is. Find out what your rhythm is. And from there, you can move forward in life on your flow.